Hello Internet, it's Hocus Pocus by Focus, yeah, here, or Matt as my friends like to call me. Now, a little while ago I posted a video about this Crash Bandicoot magazine, which contains a few mysteries. And I've had a few requests to look in more depth into the book, as that's what we're going to do today. So, yeah, as I said, this book is a complete guide to the first 3 Crash games, and literally tells you every single thing you need to know about every level. So on this page we've got some Crash Bandicoot cheats. So for Crash 1 we've got the super password, Crash 2 we've got revisit the boss levels and how to get unlimited Aku Aku masks, and on Crash Warped we've got the hidden Spyro demo. So the first sort of oddity here is the Toad Village bonus round. It's the original sort of futuristic bonus round, and under pressure we've got the old purple fish instead of the orange fish, which leads me to believe they're playing the beta version, or possibly an early version. I shall try and get some decent screenshots because I'm afraid I'm having to record on my webcam, which isn't great. But yeah, and then in every level it tells you how many gems, crystals, boxes. I'm just going to skip this pretty quick because or else we're going to be here forever. And I think on Deep Trouble, yeah, we've also got the purple fish again, which leads me to believe they're playing a earlier version of the game. Double header, there's a Tomb Raider, Gone Tomorrow, there's a good little picture there of Crash with his fruit bazooka. Orange Assault, Flaming Passion, Mad Bombers, secret entrances as you can see here, some secret levels, the bonus levels, how to access them, and the boxes and gems again. And then I believe on the next page, oh there's how to get 105%. On the next page we've got the Time Trial Masterclass, which are, as I stated before, these are times that were achieved by the original developers of the game, so if you can beat those, you're pretty damn good. These are all the boss levels, nothing really obscure here, apart from the Cortex battle. I'll try and get a screenshot of that now. Now if we look at the Cortex boss icon, it's the old icon from Crash 1 and Crash 2. Hopefully you can see that. And so next we have Crash Bandicoot 1. And there's a few interesting things here that are written down. First thing that caught my eye is this little picture of Crash here before he jumps on the hog. The opening sentence is, now this has nothing to do with sex. Would you really write that in a kid's, like, I don't know. Indiana Jones, which is obviously a reference there. And there's some information here on actual bandicoots, like where they come from, what they look like, different types. So that's an interesting read and a nice little feature to the book. Now I'm afraid this book is falling to pieces because it originally came with some posters, and of course as a kid I took out the posters and all the pages started to fall out. So now some strange oddities here on the characters which I missed last time round. Let's have a look. I think the first one is Crash Bandicoot. Ooh, that's not how you spell Bandicoot, but fair enough. Then we've got Papayu Papu. So I'm starting to think that these are just mistakes rather than oddities. And Pinstripe here is just called Potaroo. There's no mention of Pinstripe in that paragraph there. So Potaroo. And there's the lovely Torna, who looks amazing in the N-Sane Trilogy, by the way. Can't wait for it. Now this is great. This has got every single obstacle in the game, and it tells you its backstory about how it was created, if it was Brio who created them. Yeah, every single level, and it tells you how many checkpoints are in the level as well, which is a bit random but pretty cool. And the different types of bonus rounds. You got obviously the Torna one, the Cortex one, and the Brio ones, the dreaded Brio ones. Again, every single level, just telling you every little secret there is, which when these games came out, I never had the internet, so this book was an absolute lifesaver. And there's the ending there. Now, on to Crash number 2. And to begin with, we've got some top 10 reasons why Crash 2 is better than Crash 1. I'll just go through those quickly. Number 1, you get to ride jet skis and bears. Number 2, it's compatible with the dual analog pad. Number 3, you can fly around with a jetpack. Number 4, Crash's fur is better groomed. Number 5, his sister is in it. What a cutie. Number 6, he can now do a stomach churning belly slam. Number 7, the little bugger can tunnel underground. Number 8, the game is twice as big and bigger is better. Number 9, Crash gets on down and just a funky Bandicoot. And number 10, because 2 is better than 1. So, there you go. Top 10 reasons why Crash 2 is better than Crash 1. So, let's delve into Crash 2, shall we? Now, the first sort of oddity I found here, well, not an oddity really, is the Komodo Brothers battle. They actually refer to them as the fat one and the skinny one, instead of Mo and Joe. In the game, there's obviously no mention of them being called Komodo Mo, Komodo Joe, it's only in the instruction manual. So I'm guessing this may have been an earlier version because, as I mentioned before, we have Tiger Man. As you can see here, there isn't even a name in the boss icon, which leads you to believe they were playing the beta version of Crash 2. Or possibly an earlier version, who knows. But yeah, he's called Tiger Man in this one. And then we have my favourite, Naira, Spyro and Death Machine. Now this gets stranger and stranger, because this is clearly the engine battle. Even says engine in the boss icon. But if you actually read the paragraph, it's not describing this battle at all. It's a completely different battle, so I'm convinced that Brio was supposed to be a boss in this game. So, but this entire section here, this is crap. This doesn't happen in the game at all. So, I still haven't got an answer for that, by the way, if anyone's still interested. And, yeah, and interesting, on the end section it says you have to go back and collect the bonus crystals. There isn't any mention of gems, it's bonus crystals. So, that's an interesting one. And then we have a Spyro the Dragon guide, which does contain a lot of mysteries and oddities, but I shall leave that for another video in case you're not a fan of Spyro. So, I hope that satisfied you for now. So, any other questions or pages you'd like to see, please ask. But for now, goodbye.